Hello everyone. So today we'll be designing a simple contact form using HTML and CSS. So we're going to start by writing our HTML code. Some people like designing step by step, but we'll be designing from HTML to CSS. So we'll be using font awesome to get icons like the profile icon in front of the input bar. Mhm. So I'm not going to be logging in. Just going to work with a very basic account. So we've gotten the I'm talking about the extension. So we can use in their okay, I think I'll prefer an XVG. So I can make it easier. And then so in order for us to be seeing what we are doing. We have another icon for me. So for a SVG2, I'm going to be using input for email. It's not using mail because we don't need to put in name and the ID because we'll really not be doing any submitting of form. So now the placeholder is going to be then last but not least the message. message will be a text area. We don't need to put the name because we're not submitting the form. So then we have the input button for submission. So I think these are the information we need for the HTML. So if you want to see the complete HTML code, you can remove this style.css. Okay, and this is the complete HTML code. Then I look at the output without HTML. But this is enough for us to start working on what we've been given to. So what we just need to do now is just to go to the style sheet. And I like putting my CSS block beside this. So first of all, we'll remove all initial variables. We're really not going to scroll because it's going to be a one-time fix, but there's no bad thing that. Then the height of the body, since it's just a single page, you can now say the height of the body is just going to be 100 viewports. That's just the port that we're going to be viewing. And what next? The next thing we need to do, actually, I forgot. We're supposed to synchronize the CSS with the HTML by using the link tag. So that's it. I think we're there. So now what we need to do now is to give the SVGs their perfect size, because I don't think it knows the size, the height is supposed to be. So I can give it a height of 50 pixels. 50 pixels looks too much, so I can use to say 10. 10 seems very perfect, but I would like to increase it a little to 13. Yes, that is something. Then let's have from the innermost to the outermost, so we can then start working on the input feed. Let's start working on the input feed by giving it a minimum height of 40 pixels. 40 pixels seems too much, and that's it. Then we give the border, we remove the border to none, and then give it a background of gray. Now this gray needs a little bit of opacity, so we can reduce it by hovering on the top of the color. So that should be it. Then we're giving it a border radius of 15 pixels. Now there's something we need to do. The padding, the input field is supposed to have a padding so that the word will not be immediately by that. Then let's say 15 horizontal, 10 vertical. Then that's 15 vertical, 10 horizontal. So let me just turn it back to where it's supposed to be. Then I think this serves. We're going there. So actually, I remember the background is not supposed to have, this is not supposed to be for this entirely. So if we go back to our HTML file, we are going to start grouping the input with classes. So we can now say inputs, we can say form group. We can call it a form group because then another group, now we can give it another group, form group. Then we have another form group. Class form group. So I come to this place and now say that form group is what we want to give this to. I'm not really personal that to alone now. Let's say this entirely. So then now we can now remove this white from here by giving it a background color of transparent. So then for the SVG, we're supposed to give the SVG a color of green. Color to be green. Well, most times it does not really work like that though. So I have to check for the encoding. That's in the part. Let's try fill to be 999. Yeah, see, that's it. The fill works. So then another thing we need to look at. Another thing we need to look at again is the outline for the input. Now the input is supposed to avoid this black border that's coming in between. So we're gonna do inputs focus, remove all outline. We'll be able to remove the outline and the border. Then we're going to do the same for the text field. So text area. Now I need to increase the height of the text area to, let's say, 200 pixels. Now that was a way lot more than I expected. Okay, I think we've been able to achieve this goal, but also have something like a flex because it helps me achieve other things too in the same flex direction. Has to be okay. No, it doesn't have to be. But I'll give it the justification of space between that a lot. So I don't even need to do space between. I can just see an item to center and give it a little bit padding and give it a little bit gap of 10 pixels. So I think I'm able to achieve what I wanted to achieve. So then the next thing for us to do in the agenda is to make sure that our border radius is perfect. 15 is actually too small, so I'll give it that thing. Yes, I think that's. So then what we need to do, I forgot to write a text immediately before the form. So we have something like h2 get in touch. So the font that we're going to use for this, because we're already coming out of this place, so we can say h2 font family. I can just use something very, very simple. Then font width. Good. Wow, let me try 900 because that's not what I was looking for. Okay, let's work with this. So now the form, now we're out now. So form, we have a text align of center. That's it. Oh, so that's after this. Let me give it space a little so you see exactly what I'm doing. So can I see padding? We'll give it 50 pixels, 10 pixels. That's vertical and horizontal. So now I've just the opposite. Then we'll give the same border radius. But okay, border radius 2 pixels. I think that can be something. Then we say width equals to 100%. Then we can now use color to be white. I think that will be it for now. Then let's go back to the forms. So display flex direction like column, and I'll give you a gap of 10 pixels each, which I think is not enough, but I think it's okay. Then we'll give it a maximum width of 500 pixels. Still too much. I can give it something like 400. Yes, that's it. Then I want to give the input small margin of 50 pixels. No, it's too much. Then to the 10 plus 10, 20 kind of something. Let's say 20, 10%, 30. No, let's do 15. So that should be okay. That should be okay. So from here, I'm not going to do the text area is supposed to have a padding of 10 pixels actually. So that's it. But I think we are good with this. I'm not comfortable with this margin top, so we can reduce it back to 12, but it's way too high. So we can go with this. So now let's go back to the form. So then let's go to the outer layer after the form. Then we can say we can call that container. Then can come out and the container. Display fruit. So when we display flex, we give it justify content space between, and one other thing, align item to the center. And another thing we need to do is maximum width 500 pixels. But now I can do something like 700. 700 is not too much. Let me look like 600. And I just think that this maximum width 400 is too much, so we can do 500 for maximum width of this. So then we go to the outer layer. So now I realize that I don't need this outer layer. I can remove them and just go to the body. Let's go into the body and give it a background color of actual purple this time around. So well, I need to make sure that this container background color is white, and we're giving it a padding of 10% of whatever goes there. So let's do this maximum height 700 pixels. Let's try 800. So we can consider. And then now we have this. So let's go to the body and display flex again. Justify content center and align items to the center. So now we're taking that to that. We need space in between. We need space in between these things. So we can use the pattern from 25% and also increase this to 1000. That how we then we have that 500 pixels. Yes, so I also want to increase this font to 600, which I don't know why is increasing. So I want to do minimum height, minimum width will be 400, maximum is 600. So let me try minimum 300. The images. So I can be using something like this based on the fact that this work is not professional. I've already saved it in my so I can come to the background, come here. Since I have a background color, I can add a background image and use this for you to see what I'm doing. So background size is supposed to cover, blend, so it goes to multiply. So the purple is quite too much, so I can move it to this and reduce the intensity quite. Sorry for the quality, but I think we're in the right path. Then I want to move my button to have the same color as purple. So I think you're there. So thank you guys for staying tuned.